NLWN-TV presents the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Now, join us as we get ready for baseball in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League game as the Eau Claire Cavaliers, who are 5-4 in the Chippewa River Baseball League, take on the Eau Claire Rivermen, who are 3-4 in the CRBL and 6-7 overall. The Cavaliers' last CRBL action saw the Cavs split a doubleheader with the Cadott Red Sox last Sunday, losing the first game 9-7 and taking the nightcap 6-5. Meanwhile, the Rivermen swept a doubleheader from the Bloomer Woodticks by scores of 5-4 and 11-1. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Eau Claire Rivermen. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's outlook on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see how things line up. And we'll also take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Fairfax Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that. Coming up right after this brief timeout, you're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Eau Claire Rivermen in a CRBL tilt. The Cavaliers are coming off a doubleheader split with the Cadott Red Sox back on Sunday, losing the first game 9-7 while capturing the nightcap 6-5. Now, in that first game, the Cavaliers jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the top of the first inning in what was to become a back-and-forth game. The first runs came when Carson Windeshausen doubled the center field, driving in Xavier Bemnister and Tyson Woodcock along with Sam Knickerbocker. There's the wind runners go. And there's a shot out into right center.
That's deep.
Way back. It's deep. It's off. Oh, one runs in. Here comes the second as Woodcock scores. And here comes Knickerbocker. And it's a bases clearing double. And he's celebrating out on second. The Red Sox answered with 3 runs of their own in the bottom of the first, plus 2 more in the bottom of the second to take a 5-3 lead. In the fourth inning, the Cavaliers fought back. Trenton Palmer picked up an RBI walk, making the score 5-4 with the Cavaliers down by a run. That's when Brayton Tillman doubled to right, driving in Windeshausen and Dyke. Bovee winds and fires. There's a line shot out into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. 1 run is in. That's Windeshausen. Coming into the plate, scoring is Dykes. And checking in at second is Brayton Tillman. The Cavaliers had captured a 7-5 lead heading into the bottom of the fourth. And that's when a costly error by the Cavaliers allowed the Red Sox to score 4 unearned runs and retake the lead and the game. Mason Yarrington was tagged with the loss even though he allowed no earned runs. In the second game, the Cavaliers took an early 2-0 lead in the second inning when Brayton Tillman doubled to right, scoring Cody Dayton and Trenton Palmer. And the pitch, fly ball, that's deep out into right field, and it's off wall. 1 run is in. Here comes another one. So Dayton has scored, and in comes Trenton Palmer as Brayton Tillman hits a 2-out double out to the right field fence. In the bottom of the third, Xavier Bemnister scored when Dayton singled to left. There's a ground ball over through the hole and into left field. Rounding third, coming in to score. is Xavier Bedminster.
The Red Sox picked up a run in the bottom of the fourth before the Cavaliers added to their lead in the top of the fifth. Cody Dayton hit a sacrifice fly to right, scoring Xavier Bedminster.
And the pitch. That's a long fly ball out into right field. Still carrying back. Back makes the catch as Redwine. Runner tags and scores. So it's a sacrifice fly for Cody Dayton.
Trenton Palmer then singled to left to drive in Mason Yarrington, who was the courtesy runner for Sam Knickerbocker.
And the pitch. There's a pop-up out towards left field, and it falls in for a base hit. Yarrington heading for the plate, and he's going to score. Throw it on to third, and in safely is Windeshausen. Just a little seeing-eye Texas leaguer that just barely stayed fair for Trenton Palmer.
Cooper Dykes hit a sinking fly to left, which was caught by Carter Hesselman running all the way from his shortstop position. However, it did allow Windeshausen to score.
There's a high pop out into left field, coming in and making the catch. Throw towards the plate. Windeshausen comes in to score. Making that catch was Hesselman, I believe, coming over from his shortstop position. That was a sacrifice fly for Cooper Dykes.
Following a grand slam home run by Hesselman, the Cavaliers held on for the 6-5 win. Andrew Milner picked up his third win of the season. Tyson Woodcock came in to pitch a 1-2-3 7th inning and pick up his third save of the season. The Rivermen come into this weekend with a 6-7 record and are 3-4 in the CRBL. Coming into this weekend, the Rivermen are coming off a doubleheader sweep over the Bloomer Woodticks last Sunday. Leading the way for the Rivermen in that doubleheader were Joel Efforts and James Davis, who each went 4 for 6 on the day. Blake Logering belted a home run, and Tyler Gray picked up his 100th career win on the mound. Now, following last Sunday's doubleheader, the Cavaliers were being led at the plate by Sam Knickerbocker, who's hitting at a .378 pace, including 5 runs scored and 4 doubles. He's followed by Xavier Bedminster at .364 with 12 runs scored and 3 doubles. Brayton Tillman at .343, Cody Dayton at .333, and Cade Mueller at .313 round out the Cavaliers hitting over .300. Caden Erickson leads the Cavaliers in extra base hits with 5 doubles. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Andrew Milner, who has a 3-1 record with an ERA of 3.14 and a WHIP of 1.43 in 28 2/3 innings pitched. Milner leads the team in strikeouts with 35. Right behind Milner is Eli Rathke, who has a 2-0 record with a WHIP of 1.66. Titan Woodcock, who's pitched 13 1/3 innings without allowing any earned runs, for a record of 1-0 and 3 saves, along with an ERA of 0.00. The Cavaliers have had complete game performances by Rathke, Jackson Vance, and Mason Yarrington. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to find out what Cavalier manager Ryan Bedminster's thoughts on today's game are in the Ryan Bedminster Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix semi-pro football. Our next game will be on June 22nd when the Phoenix will face the Wisconsin Ravens at Carson Park. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the Northern Lights Football League on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2. That's exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on June 22nd.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bedminster Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bedminster gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bedminster Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House on Water Street talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bedminster. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers will continue their very busy weekend of baseball against the Eau Claire Rivermen, this time up at Fairfax Park. Now, before we talk about this game, since this will be a league game, let's take a look at the Chippewa River Baseball League and see how the races are shaping up. Your thoughts on where things stand at this point in the league?
Well, as my wife put it the other day, she opened it up to look at it because she does that like you do. I don't care, but she does. And
Your wife's a smart woman.
She really is. I think she said, wow, this is a little different than normal years because it seems a little bit more compact and more mixed. You know, you're seeing teams that you don't usually see kind of still in that race. You know, and I mentioned this earlier in the year. I said, Augusta's up and coming. They're a good team. I think they're sitting at 4-6. I mean, they had, what, 1 win last year, maybe 2?
Right.
You know, things like that. You got Jim Falls, who's playing really good baseball right now. You've got, you know, as
well, in the North Division, there are 3 teams within percentage points of each other, virtually tied for first.
Yeah, and that's just the thing. It's just an oddity. You know, you usually see those Ossios and Tildens just pull away from everybody right away. You know, they're sitting at 7-0 or 8-0. That's not the case this year. They've got a couple of losses themselves and a bunch of splits with teams on doubleheaders like we've been doing. So I couldn't quote exact records, but I know that she mentioned me about Augusta, and I think she said Tilden's like 5-3 or something. I don't know, but that's all I really know. I think we're 5-4. It's, you know, it's one of those things I look at as a game-by-game basis, and that's kind of how I coach, and that's kind of how we've been successful. So
now the Cavaliers have gotten quite a bit younger in the past couple of years. How does this youth stack up against some of the more veteran teams in the league?
Well, they show no fear, I'll tell you that. A lot of these younger guys have been playing baseball for a long time. We do have a couple senior leadership guys in the team, you know, they've been around for, you know, the 21, 22, if you want to call them senior leadership, 26 year old.
Yeah, the old man who's 26.
Yeah, I was texting with him earlier today. They show no fear when they come to the parks. They're always ready to do whatever it takes. It doesn't make a difference to them whatsoever. They understand there's a lot of moving parts, way more moving than what they had in high school or what they had in college, where things are solidified with 40 guys on a roster. Well, you're looking at a roster of, you know, when we get lucky, we'll get 18 guys there. Well, you might just be called upon to move from, you know, right field to center field or left field to center field or you know, play second base
to shortstop.
Yeah. It's just this weird things that are going on that you're going to be asking these young guys, and they're like, okay, whatever you want to coach, doesn't matter to me. I mean, I had a small conversation with Trenton Palmer a few games ago, and I was looking there at him in the field, and I'm like, I'm running out of pitching. And he goes, Coach, I can give you 2 innings if you want. When's the last time you pitched? He goes, a few years ago, but I can give you a couple. It doesn't matter. And that's the kind of mindset these guys have. And a lot of it has to do with the way they were coached through, you know, the high school coaches and their Legion coaches and their Babe Ruth coaches that, you know, and some of those coaches are on this team. So they've learned from those guys. And I think it just brings that mindset that they don't care what they have to do. They'll do whatever it takes for the team.
They're kind of like the John Fogerty song, "Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play." 100%.
And it's really kind of nice because it sounds weird to say a couple guys are older on this team, but you know, we have a side injury with one of our catchers. We've got a bad quad with one of our third basemen. We've got a bad knee with one of our outfielders. It's like these guys may be only in their 20s, but they've been playing ball for 15, 16 years, and that weighs on you a little bit. So having these younger guys come in and they've still got a lot in the tank gives me, you know, a kind of little luxury.
Now today the Cavaliers are going to face the Eau Claire Rivermen at Fairfax Park in Eau Claire. Your thoughts about the Rivermen?
Always a good team. I believe we split with those guys last year. They're a good mix, too, of young and old. You know, Andy does a great job over there coaching. I mean, the guy's been around forever, knows the game so well.
And still plays.
Yeah. You know, I've actually learned a lot from him just in our conversations over the last 3 years. You know, it's kind of nice. He's a great guy, great coach. It's a really good team. I don't know where they're sitting in conference. I'm sure they're battling for a playoff spot like everybody else is right now. But I know that they bring a little bit of speed to the top of their lineup, and some of those older guys still have pop in their bat. So, you know, it's nothing to overlook. Not a single team in the CRBL should ever be overlooked this year by any team, especially by us.
And you kind of mentioned it last season. The Cavaliers split with the Rivermen. You dropped the first game 4-3 in 11 innings. They walked it off because of an error.
Yeah,
yesterday we talked about errors, and that was a good example. And then they won the rain suspended game 1-0 on a second inning home run by Cole Timon.
We won this thing.
Yes, and this has turned into a pretty healthy rivalry. When you get to games like this, Is it fun? Is it stress? What is it for you?
Oh, it's a happy mix of the two. If I didn't have fun coaching baseball, I wouldn't do it. And the stress just comes along with it, you know. And treat stress however you want to treat it. It is what it is. It's baseball. You never know what you're going to get that day from guys. You can have a good day, a bad day. It's just the game of baseball, and that's the most frustrating sport, I think, of all the sports there are is baseball, just because you know exactly what you have to do. It's just a matter of doing it, and sometimes you just can't. So with these guys, with the Rivermen and stuff like that, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good game. You know, it's probably going to come down to who's got an extra arm or two in the bullpen. It's going to be a 9-inning game, so you got to have a couple extra arms because we're not going to have our starting pitcher go all 9. I mean, it's happened once this year, but I mean, I hope he does.
Yeah, and he went 10.
It'd be great, you know. So it'd be great if I could have another guy go that way. But if it doesn't happen, we got to have extra arms ready to go. So, and I think that'll be the key in the game is how the bullpens can shut down the other team.
Okay, who is going to get the call to the mound today?
Well, we're going to go with Milner. He's the one that's on the full day's rest. That's the guy that's going to get the ball for the conference games. It's going to be that way all year long. We've had conversations about it. He knows when he's going to pitch, which is good mentally for him. You know, he's still a young kid, still growing up, but he addresses these games as the most important game in the world to him. So I love that side of him where he comes to battle every time he's on the mound, and he absolutely despises me coming out to the mound to talk to him. But most of the time when I come out there, I'm just out there to tell him a joke or make him smile. So
well, it was really good because when he had the outing against Jim Falls, he really struggled, but in his last outing, the second game against Cadet, he gave a real solid performance, and it was really nice to see him get that bounce back performance. That had to do wonders for his confidence.
Oh, a bunch. I mean, it really did, and that's something that he's learning right now. It's like you can have a bad outing, and you'll come back and have 2, 3, 4, 5 good outings. You're going to have a bad. Not every outing is going to be spectacular. Yeah, it's just how it goes in the game of baseball. That's what it's like.
Well, Ryan, good luck on today's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can keep the pressure on in the CRBL South.
Hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout, as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's CRBL contest between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen. As this season continues to move along, let's take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things stand. There were 3 CRBL games back on Wednesday, including the Eau Claire Bears at the Augusta Athletics, with the Bears coming out on top 5-1. In addition, the Tilden Tigers hosted the Bloomer Woodticks, with the Tigers winning that one 12-1. And the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks journeyed to Strum to face the Beef River Bullfrogs. The Bullfrogs came away with their first victory of the season, 8-5. Now that left the CRBL standings coming into this weekend as follows. In the North Division, there's been some shifting around. In first place are the Tilden Tigers at 6-3. Second place, we find the Cadott Red Sox a half a game back at 6-4. Third place belongs to the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks at 5-4 and only a game out of first, while the Jim Falls Sturgeons are in fourth place at 4-6 and 2.5 games back. Fifth place finds the Bloomer Woodticks at 1-8 and 5 games back. In the South Division, there's also been a flip-flop at the top of the division. The Eau Claire Bears at 9-3 have taken over the top spot, while the Osseo Merchants are in second place, 1 game back at 6-2. The Eau Claire Cavaliers are in third at 5-4 and 2.5 games off the pace, while the Eau Claire Rivermen are right behind the Cavaliers at 3-4 and 3.5 games off the pace. The Augusta Athletics at 4-6 and 4 games out occupy fifth place, and the Beef River Bullfrogs are taking the sixth spot at 1-6. Now in CRBL action this weekend, today the Cavaliers are taking on the Eau Claire Rivermen at Fairfax Park in Eau Claire, while the Tilden Tigers will host the Beef River Bullfrogs at Halley Park, and the Cadott Red Sox will travel to John Soine Field in Osseo to take on the Osseo Merchants. Now tomorrow, the Eau Claire Rivermen will travel to Casper Park in Chippewa Falls to face the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a doubleheader, while the Jim Falls Sturgeons will host the Cadott Red Sox at Grudem Field in Jim Falls for a single game. Now coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next game will be on Sunday, June 16th, as the Cavaliers take on the New Richmond Millers on Roadside Ice Cream and Diner, along with Good News Jail Ministry Day from Carson Park. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30 p.m., followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV on Sunday, June 16th.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, my papers will stop blowing. Well, let's start that again. Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Josh Garcia. And Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, different levels of baseball that you played and so on.
So I grew up in Villa Park, California. I played 4 years throughout high school, also played growing up as a kid, really nonstop. And then after that, I took a little break, and then I found out about the Cavaliers through Cole Timon. He was my neighbor, and then he said that there's a town ball team called the Cavaliers that they're really good and looking for players. So tried it out, ended up here, and I'm enjoying every second of it.
All right. So when you're not playing baseball and having a great time doing that, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
Golfing. Golfing with my friends and hanging out with my girlfriend, basically. I'm a homebody, so I don't really go out much.
Now, I've heard from a lot of people that if you're a baseball player, golf is not a real good thing because it can really mess up your swing. Is that true?
It is true. It's actually how I learned how to bat right-handed. I wouldn't be a switch hitter if it weren't for golf, but yeah, it does mess up your swing a lot.
Okay, I got a couple rapid-fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cake.
Which kind?
Red velvet.
Okay, all right. Burgers, brats, or hot dogs?
Ooh, brats.
And what do you want on that brat?
Sauerkraut, onions, and mustard.
Okay. Favorite major league team?
Anaheim Angels.
All right. Well, that makes sense being a California boy. And yeah. All right. If you could sit down with any baseball personality from any time in history, whether it's a player or some other personality, who would it be and why?
I've always wanted to sit down and talk to Ichiro Suzuki. He was a big idol growing up. I loved how he played baseball and how he just made contact and got on base. That's basically my play style, and so I really looked up to him growing up and tried to imitate what he does.
Now, Josh, think about this. If you had a superpower, what do you think that might be and why?
It'd probably be to teleport so that I don't have to deal with long drives places or flights or any time at all. I could just be in one spot and then boom, Rome, Italy, I'm there.
Okay, all right. Now, if you had the ability to teleport, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Josh's superhero name?
This was kind of a running joke in the high school growing up, but it'd probably be Thunder Thighs, because I don't really have big legs, but I don't know why my friends would call me Thunder Thighs, but yeah, I'd probably be that.
Okay, we're talking with Josh Garcia on Cavalier Profile. And how about a shout out to your family and the folks that might be watching at Carson Park or on the live stream?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my grandma watching at home in Anaheim, California. Hi, Grandma. And also my papa in California. Hi, Papa. I know you're watching. And definitely my girlfriend. She shows up to every one of my games. And my dad, he tries to show up to as many as he can.
All right, now when people do come out to Carson Park to watch Josh and the Cavaliers, remind us about what number you are and what position you play.
Yeah, so I'm number 3. I'm really a utility guy, but they have me mainly at either second base or third base, which I'm very comfortable with. So you'll see me out there at second or third.
Well, we want to thank Josh Garcia for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more of the In the Dugout show.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers will have an opportunity to close the gap in the CRBL South race when they face the Eau Claire Rivermen. Now last season the Cavaliers split their 2 games with the Rivermen, dropping the first 4-3 and then winning in the rain-suspended second game 1-0 on this home run by Cole Timon. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. It's hit hard. It's hit long, and it's gone! A home run for Cole Timon! His second in 3 games over the Pepsi sign in left field. And touch 'em all, Cole Timon. The Cavaliers are still looking for that game where they can put all the ingredients together for a solid win. Maybe today's game could be that game. Now in just a moment I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Fairfax Park in Eau Claire as we bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on NLWN-TV.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Stay tuned! Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air.
Fly ball out into center field. It's hit hard. It's hit long, and it's gone. A home run for Cole Timon.
NLWN-TV proudly presents today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us while we follow the Cavaliers as they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball out into right field. This one's tagged, and it's out of here. Into the fan deck, a 2-run home run by Gabe O'Brien.
And now, out to the ballpark for Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
And good afternoon and welcome to Phoenix Park in Eau Claire, where today the Eau Claire Cavaliers are going to take on the Eau Claire Rivermen, a battle across town. The Cavaliers come into the game today with a CRBL record of 5-4. They're 8-7 overall. And the Rivermen come into the game with a CRBL record of 3-4, and they are 6-7 overall. And they're both battling, hopefully going to be able to get to a playoff spot in the CRBL playoffs. They're both still hoping for that, and this ought to be an interesting matchup today. Let's go through the starting lineups for today's game for the Cavaliers, who are the visiting team today. Leading off and playing shortstop is Cole Erickson. Batting second at center field is Xavier Bemnister. Batting third and third base is Cade Mueller. Batting fourth and catching, Sam Knickerbocker. Batting fifth and playing second base is Cody Dayton. Batting sixth, playing right field is Trenton Palmer. Right. Batting seventh, playing first base, Carson Windishausen. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Jackson Vance. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Brayton Tillman. On the mound for the Cavaliers today with a record of 3-1 is Andrew Milner. For the Eau Claire Rivermen, leading off is the center fielder, Lance Lettner. Batting second is the second baseman, Brett Jensen. Batting third, the designated hitter is Andy Neese, who is in his 32nd year of baseball. One of the, shall we say, senior members of the CRBL. Batting fourth and pitching today is James Davis. Batting fifth, the extra hitter is Blake Logering. Batting sixth, playing third base is Sawyer Sturrs. Batting seventh and catching is Joe Myrold. Batting eighth and playing right field is Jonah Mueller. Batting ninth and playing left field is Brett Johnson. Batting 10th at shortstop, Luke Rooney. Playing first base, but he's being DH'd for, is Curtis Nesker. On the mound for the Rivermen is James Davis. Very limited pitching this year. He's only got a third of an inning in. And so he really doesn't have much for statistics or anything. And we do have one umpire out there. And they're going through with the managers the ground rules here at Fairfax Park. Looking around Fairfax Park, down the right field line is 319, 375 to straightaway center field. And I'm trying to see down the left field line, but I've got a bunch of Rivermen players right in my way. And as 315 down the left field line. The power alleys are, looks like 340 in both right center and left center field. Now they have both umpires out there. We have Dick Smith. He'll be on the bases, and Rick Prince behind the plate. So we're just about ready to get things started, and the Rivermen are about to take the field, and we're going to take a short time out while they get things like the scoreboard adjusted, because right now it says the Rivermen are ahead 11-0. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Rick Olson with you, along with Amanda Lemler and Ann Monroe on the camera. And we'll be back right after this timeout with first pitch in today's ball game on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Sunday, June 16th as the Cavaliers take on the new Richmond Millers on Roadside Ice Cream and Diner along with Good News Jail Ministry Day from Carson Park. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30 p.m. followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV on Sunday, June 16th.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Back here at Fairfax Park, we are just getting ready to get things started. James Davis finishing up his warm-up tosses out on the mound. The throw goes down to second. Yeah, the scoreboard still is spotting the Rivermen 12 runs. Oh, well, our score bug on our screen is just fine. Stepping up to the plate, leading things off for the Cavaliers. Caden Erickson comes into the game batting .260. And that first pitch got Erickson. So, a runner at first on one pitch. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister batting .370. Erickson takes the lead. And the pitch. Hard ground ball, deep to shortstop, throw over to first. Bemnister! They say he got it. They say they got him at first. Dick Smith made that call out there. Erickson ends up on second. Taking a look at the Rivermen defensively, Myrold is behind the plate, Stirs at third. Rooney, who made that throw, is at short. Jensen at second. Nesker at first. Johnson, Lettner, and Mueller from left to right out in the outfield. Rain is starting to come down pretty steady. We hope we can get this one in. We're nice and toasty underneath this. Well, toasties are all. We're nice and dry anyway. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. A ball and a strike. And there's a called strike. Andy Neese went out and fixed the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. That was high, and so far inside it was outside. 2-2 is the count to Cade Mueller. That's high and tight, and the count goes full. Mueller comes into the game batting .314. Davis shook off one. He likes this call. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Erickson rounds third. He's going to come in to score. Throws up the line, and Mueller checks in at second. So Mueller gets an RBI. He'll get credit for a single as Erickson came in to score. Mueller went to second on the throw towards the plate, and it's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. Cavaliers take a 1-0 lead. And that pitch is outside for a ball. And the pitch. That's a strike called. A ball and a strike. One down, one runner on, one run in. Pocket full of aces. There's a line shot out into left field, and Mueller's going to hold up at third as Sam Knickerbocker gets a base hit. So the Cavs have runners on the corners. And we're going to get a courtesy runner, I believe. And we do. Ashton Kroll is the courtesy runner for Knickerbocker. Cody! So Cody Dayton at the plate, batting .310. And that pitch goes past and all the way back to the screen. In to score is Mueller. Cavs now up 2-0. Knickerbocker, or check that, Kroll headed over to second. And there's a called strike. It's 1-1 now to Cody Dayton. And the pitch. That's high and inside. 2-1. Yeah. Davis steps off, throws over to second, and it gets away from Jensen, who was covering the bag. Kroll almost got caught off that time. Davis looks in. Now checks second. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. Tried to get that curveball to drop in, but it wouldn't. 3-1 is the count. Yeah, I know. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away. Count goes full. Right. He was a very good ball player. Don't know where the other guy last year. He was what? He could stop off. Davis looks over at second. Now back to the plate. Shook that sign off. He's at the belt. And the payoff pitch fouled away. Cody Dayton hanging tough. We're in the top of the first inning. Cavaliers with a couple runs in. And the pitch. That's outside, ball 4. Dayton draws the walk, leaving runners at first and second. That's going to bring up Trenton Palmer, batting .222. Grounder back to the mound, but it's a foul ball. Over here.
Well, how rainy does it have to get for weather going?
It has to get. Man, I just want to know how rainy does it have to get before they call the game off. The field basically has to get unsafe to play on. Foul ball back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 down. 2 runners on. 2 runs in. And the pitch. Fly ball foul off the left side. And the pitch. Pop up
foul territory. Just off to the left side. No balls, 2 strikes still. There's a line shot out into left field for a base hit, rounding third, and coming in to score is Kroll. And he belly flops over the base. So Palmer singles to left. Gets an RBI. And the Cavs go up on top 3-0. Carson Windeshausen at the plate, batting .211. And that pitch was inside. And the pitch. That one got Windeshausen in the back of the leg. Second hit batsman of the inning. We're still in the top of the first. And we're going to get time called as Andy Neese takes a quick trot out to the mound. They're going to have a little discussion about what they want to do here. Jackson Vance is going to be the hitter.
Oh, just kidding.
And Andy Neese is done talking out there.
Yeah, a little bit.
And Davis looks over at third and delivers.
Oh, where he's gone.
2 balls.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Fouled away.
What? You have a piece of paper with it right there, Tom? Here.
The 2-1 pitch.
He's got a business card.
Oh. Oh. Oh, thank you.
And the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. Picked up there. 1 run comes in. And everybody's safe.
Really?
As Cody Dayton came in to score. Puts Palmer on third. Windeshausen on second. Vance is on first. And the 9th hitter of the inning, Brayton Tillman, comes to the plate, batting .351. And the pitch. It's down low for a ball.
Just a ball. Yeah, this is bad.
2 balls, no strikes to Tillman. He hits a fly ball out towards center field. Lettner over, he's under it and makes the catch. Runner tags and heads towards the plate. So give Tillman credit for a sacrifice fly. And he gets an RBI as Trenton Palmer comes in to score. So the Cavaliers have definitely put a crooked number on the board. 5 runs in. Back to the top of the order, Caden Erickson. He grounds one over towards short, scooped up, and stepping on second. Erickson gets a fielder's choice as Tillman is out with 6 unassisted. But the Cavaliers pick up 5 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors, and the bases were left full.
No, 2 left on. We'll get it right eventually. Cavaliers on top, 5-0 on NLWN-TV.
Menominee Eye and Optical can help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract or LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eyewear for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality personalized care for you and your family.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service. Any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Fairfax Park. Cavaliers open up a lead for Andrew Milner to work with as we're heading into the bottom of the first inning. Cavs up on top, 5-0 over the Rivermen. Cavs trying to bounce back after their loss last night, 12-2 to the hands of the Hudson River Rats. Nearly a no-hitter thrown against the Cavaliers last night. It got into the 6th inning, and the hit that broke up the no-hitter was really a fluke. Pitcher was dropping back to catch the ball on a pop-up on the mound and fell over backwards, and the ball fell harmlessly to the ground about a foot beyond his glove. All right, leading things off for the Rivermen, Lance Lettner batting .368. And Milner's first pitch is in the dirt, goes all the way back to the screen. Milner winds and delivers. That one's down low. 2 balls, no strikes. Milner looks in, and he delivers. That was a called strike. It was a delayed call, but it was a called strike. And the pitch. That's outside. 3 balls and a strike to Lettner. And the pitch. That's ball 4. So Lettner on first. It's going to bring up Brett Johnson, batting .350. Looking at the Cavaliers defensively, Knickerbocker behind the plate. Mueller's at third, Erickson at short, Dayton at second, Windeshausen is at first. In the outfield is Tillman, Bemnister, and Palmer going from left to right. Andrew Milner on the mound. Squares, bunts, and it goes foul. Lettner had already gotten all the way to second, and now he's got to go all the way back to first. Milner comes into the game with a 3-1 record and an ERA of 3.14. He's got... Amanda says, he's got pie. Amanda must be hungry. Milner leads the team in strikeouts. He's got 35 strikeouts in 28 2/3 innings pitched. And the pitch. There's a high pop-up. Moving over is Windeshausen. He makes the catch. That's going to bring up Andy Neese. He's the manager of the Rivermen. As we mentioned a little bit earlier, he is one of the senior members of the Chippewa River Baseball League. 32 years playing ball. And no sign of slowing down.
Amanda says that's almost twice as long as I've been alive. Throw over to first, and Lettner gets back. Milner looks in and delivers. That was a little bit outside. A ball and no strikes. Runner on first. One out. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to Milner. Throws to second for one. To first. And they got the double play. A 1-6-3 double play. Milner to Erickson, over to Windeshausen. And that'll do it for the Rivermen. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played an inning, and it's the Cavaliers 5 and the Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us. The passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Well, we're heading into the second inning. James Davis comes back out for the second inning. Had a rough start in that first inning. Leading off for the Cavaliers to start the second inning is Xavier Bemnister. He grounded to short his first time up on a really close bang-bang play at first. Davis into a wind and delivers. There's a hard shot ball to third, throw over to first, and that one's in time. Bemnister's putting the bat on the ball. He's just hitting it right at somebody. It's going to bring up Cade Mueller. Got an RBI single his first time up, and eventually came around and scored. And there's a called strike at the letters. And the pitch, fly ball out into left field, moving over and making the catch is Johnson. 2 down. It's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. He singled his first time up, singled to left, came around, scored a run. Well, he didn't, but his courtesy runner, Ashton Kroll, came around and scored. Here's the pitch. That's a called strike. Caught the outside corner. And the pitch. That's another called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's high. Ball, 2 strikes. 2 down. Ground ball over to second and throw to first, and the Cavaliers go down 1-2-3. So we've played an inning and a half, and it's the Cavaliers 5 and the Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
The Phoenix are rising. NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix semi-pro football. Our next game will be on June 22nd when the Phoenix will face the Wisconsin Ravens at Carson Park. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the Northern Lights Football League on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2. That's exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on June 22nd.
I thought you were talking about me.
We're back here at Fairfax Park. And leading off the bottom of the second inning is the pitcher, James Davis. He's batting .474 on the season. Milner delivers. That's outside for a ball. There's a swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. And the pitch. That missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball down the first baseline. It's foul. And the pitch. Fly ball, left field, foul. Breeze is picking up a little bit. Here's a chopper foul down the third baseline. Two balls and 2 strikes to James Davis. Milner looking in and now delivers. Check swing, ball. They say he didn't go. Out is now full to Davis. Milner likes the call, makes the pitch. Windeshausen camped under the pop-up, and he makes the catch. Carson Windeshausen, my sources tell me that his household has just picked up a new chocolate lab puppy. So congratulations to the household. Chocolate labs are fabulous. I used to have one of those. Her name was Coco, and she was a great dog. Blake Logering at the plate, batting .167. That pitch is a little bit high. And the 1-0 pitch. Foul back. Off the glove of Knickerbocker. Ogering is the extra hitter today for the Rivermen. And the pitch. High pop foul out of play on the right side. I think the rain has actually stopped now. We're getting water blowing off the top of the awning that we have. That one's fouled on the third base side. Now it remains 1-2.
That's why I'm more electric. No,
On the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll bring up Sawyer Stirs with a .286 batting average, playing third base. Taking a quick look at the radar, we might be in a bit of a gap for a little while. And there's a whole bunch of rain coming. First pitch was called ball to Stirs. There's a shot out to second base, broken bat, it sounded like. Throw to first is in time, Dayton to Windishausen. So that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Rivermen. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We've played 2, and it's the Cavaliers 5 and the Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do,
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
So we're going to head into the top of the third inning. Cavaliers with a 5-run lead over the Eau Claire Rivermen. James Davis on the mound. He's going to be facing Cody Dayton, Trenton Palmer, and Carson Windishausen. Dayton coming to the plate. He drew a walk his first time up. And the first pitch, check swing. He did not take the bat over the plate, so it's a ball 1. One 1-0 pitch. That's a strike called. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over towards third, but foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Cody Dayton. And the pitch.
That one's fouled away out of play on the right side. Davis looking in. And the 1-2 pitch. Line shot over to short. Scooped up by Rooney. Throw to first is in time. So up steps Trenton Palmer. Palmer singled to left his last time up. Drove in a run. Then he eventually came around and scored himself. And he shoots one over towards third. It bounces up off the leg of Sturz, straight up in the air. He couldn't find it. And that's going to be an error on Sawyer Sturz. It's going to bring up Carson Windeshausen. He was hit by the pitch his last time up. And that was a curveball missed inside. And the pitch. There's a deep fly ball left field, way back. It's off the fence. Rounding third and coming in to score is Trenton Palmer as Windeshausen checks in at second with a double.
I saw it.
That'll put the Cavs on top 6-0. And brings up Jackson Vance, who singled and drove in a run his first time up. And the pitch. There's a soft liner foul on the right side. Davis looks over at second and delivers. There's a ground ball off the foot of Davis. He picks it up, throws to first, and they get Vance, but Windeshausen moves over. So 2 down. Windeshausen on third. It's going to bring up Brayton Tillman, who had a sacrifice fly to center field his last time up. Here's the pitch. And it's down low for a ball. And the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Scooped up by Rooney. Throw to first as in time. But the Cavaliers do pick up a run on one hit. There was one error and one left on base. So we have played 2.5, and it's the Cavaliers 6, Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Ooh.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
Heading into the bottom of the third inning, Cavs up on top 6-0. Due up for the Rivermen are Joe Myrold, Jonah Mueller, and Brett Johnson.
I'm just selling now.
And here comes the pitch. That's low for a ball. Milner delivers. And that missed outside. Here comes the pitch. That was inside. So a 3-0 count to Joe Myrold. And that's down low. Yeah, evidently one of those was a strike, but not much of a sign by the umpire, and he's not real loud with it. So 3-1 is now the count. There's a strike. Count goes full. And that pitch is inside for ball 4. Second walk given up by Milner. And we do have a courtesy runner going in. And Wyatt Davis is going to be the courtesy runner for Myrold. And the first pitch is a called strike. That's to Jonah Mueller. Mueller batting .227 on the season. Davis takes his lead. And the pitch is outside. Milner looks at first. And the pitch. That just barely missed inside. The ball's in a strike. Wyatt Davis. Or check that to Jonah Mueller. Wyatt Davis is on first. Time called. Now Mueller steps back in. Milner delivers. Chopper foul. Bounced back up and got Mueller. No harm done. Counts all even at 2-2. Runner on first. Throw over to first. And back in time. The ball's 2 strikes. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. And that one got Mueller right in the foot. He did a little hop step coming out of the batter's box afterward. Milner looks at first. And the 2-2 pitch. That was close. Ball 3. Count goes full. And the pitch. And that's strike three called.
It's all right, Jonah.
That's going to bring up Brett Johnson. Johnson batting 143 with one out.
I like her.
Milner delivers. It's high. Throw to second. And they got him. Knickerbocker caught him off base. Caught Davis off base, threw behind him, and Davis took off for second. Windeshausen fired over to second, and they laid the tag on. And it's going to be a caught stealing. So now 2 down. And there's a strike called. Ball and a strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Milner delivers. Fouled back. Milner looking in. Wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So we've completed 3 innings, and Milner has faced the minimum as the Cavaliers have a 6-0 lead on NLWN-TV.
The Phoenix are rising. NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix semi-pro football. Our next game will be on June 22nd when the Phoenix will face the Wisconsin Ravens at Carson Park. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the Northern Lights Football League on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2. That's exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on June 22nd.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
And we're heading into the top of the 4th inning. Cavaliers with a 6-0 lead, and we're at the top of the order for the Cavaliers. Caden Erickson. He was hit by the pitch his first time up, first pitch of the game. He came around and scored a run, then he grounded into a fielder's choice the second time. And the pitch. There's a soft shot over to third, throw to first, and Erickson is out. Stirs to Nesker. That'll bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister is 0 for 2 today. He came into the game batting .370, leading the Cavaliers in hitting. He's hit the ball hard, but it's been right at somebody both times. That pitch was low and away for ball 1. And the pitch. That's inside. Oh, I think he called it a strike. Caught the inside corner. That was outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. That's fouled back out of play. Counts even at 2-2. Here's the one in the pitch. That's high for ball 3. So Bemnister has worked the count full. Davis shakes off one, likes this call, and delivers. And it's ball 4. So Bemnister draws the walk. That's the second walk given up by Davis. He's also hit 2 batters. Cade Mueller steps to the plate. Got an RBI single, scored a run, and flew out to left. And he follows that one back out of play. And the pitch. That one's fouled back out of play. The 0-2 pitch, throw over to first. Bemnister's back. Bemnister goes, and the pitch is fouled back. And the count is still 0-2 to Cade Mueller. Bemnister goes, pitches inside for a ball, throw it down to second, and Bemnister is standing up. So a ball and 2 strikes. Bemnister takes his lead at second. He's going to third. There's a liner out into center field. It's going to fall in. It fell in for a base hit. Lettner made a real good attempt at it. So that puts Bemnister on third and Mueller on first. That'll bring up Sam Knickerbocker. And Knickerbocker is 1 for 2. Single to left. Scored a run. Well, he didn't score. His courtesy runner did. He also grounded to second. And the pitch. High pop, foul out of play.
South.
And we're waiting for some balls to get delivered back to the umpire.
Watch out for the cords now that you know they're there, okay?
Knickerbocker steps back in.
He almost stripped forward.
Watch out for the cords.
And down to second goes Mueller.
What do you call them?
Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back out of play. Davis looks at the runners at second and third and delivers. That one's down low. Balls, 2 strikes. Turn and throw over to second and back in safely. That's Mueller out there at second. Demnister is on third. He was ready to come home if there was something wrong with the throw to second. Knickerbocker waiting. And the pitch. That's outside. And the pitch. That's inside for ball 4. And that first pitch missed for a ball. As we've got Cody Dayton at the plate. He walked and then grounded to short. Ground ball over to short, and it went off his foot. Demnister comes in to score. Mueller rounds third and comes in to score. And that's going to go as an error on the shortstop. And I believe we're going to get Cooper Dykes as the courtesy runner.
Yeah, yes, sir. Grab that catch.
And we're going to have a conference at the mound. Two runs came in. So it's now 8-0 Cavaliers on top. And I got to give Andy Neese credit. When he has a conference at the mound, they are lightning fast. He's a man of few words, but he gets his point across. Trenton Palmer at the plate. He's 1 for 2. There's a ground ball through the hole into right field. And Palmer loads the bases. So Cooper Dykes is over on third, running for Knickerbocker. And Cody Dayton is on second, Trenton Palmer on first, and Carson Windeshausen steps to the plate. Windeshausen was hit by the pitch and then doubled off the fence in left field. That pitch is inside.
It doesn't mean I didn't roll over here.
Here's the wind in the pitch. There's a chopper over towards second. Scooped up there. Throw to first is in time. But Windeshausen gets an RBI. As coming in to score was Cooper Dykes. So with 1 out, runners at second and third. Jackson Vance at the plate. Fly ball out into center field. Lettner moving over. Makes the catch. There were 2 outs. That's my mistake.
That's why.
So for the Cavaliers, they picked up 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error by the Rivermen, and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 3.5, and it's the Cavaliers 9, Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next game will be on Sunday, June 16th as the Cavaliers take on the new Richmond Millers on Roadside Ice Cream and Diner along with Good News Jail Ministry Day from Carson Park. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30 p.m. followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on NLWN-TV on Sunday, June 16th.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Going into the bottom of the fourth inning, Luke Avery is at the plate.
Chicken going.
Here's the pitch. That's a strike called. Andrew Milner on the mound, and he delivers. That's a little low for a ball. Cavalier baseball coming up for you tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. It kind of handcuffed and throw to first and not in time. That's going to be an error on Mueller at third base. And takes us back to the top of the order. Lance Lettner, who drew a walk his first time up. There's a strike called at the knees.
I didn't. I phoned on it.
Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Check swing. 2 balls and a strike.
Go.
And the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Scoop there. Throw to short. And they say he got in time. A little bit of a bobble by Cody Dayton at second, and it allowed Luke Rooney to get there in time. Give Lettner a fielder's choice. And Rooney gets on second with an error on Cody Dayton. And squared a bunt, and it goes foul by Brett Johnson, who popped to Windeshausen at first his last time up.
I don't really. You know, I do. You know, I never worked. Yeah. Or, I don't know. Right here, teacher.
And that pitch is a ball. Ball and a strike. Pitch is outside. 2-1 is the count. Cavs up on top, 9-0. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt. It goes back to the screen. Runners both advance. Three balls and a strike to Brett Jensen. Two runners on. 2-2 maybe is the count. Line shot right into the glove. Throw over to second for the double play. Mueller went up in the air, pulled it down, and then turned and fired over to Cody Dayton at second. And that got Lettner on the putout. It goes down as a line out to third to 4 double play. That brings up Andy Neese. Grounded into a 1-6-3 double play his first time up. 2 down now, runner on third. Here's the pitch, it's down low. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. That's inside for a ball. 3-0 is the count to Andy Neese. See if Andy gives himself the green light. And the pitch. He was taking all the way, strike one. And the pitch. There's ball 4 inside. So Neese draws a walk. Third walk given up by Milner. And runner came in, but the umpire had called time.
That'd be mean.
And Rick Prince just kind of said, no, I had time. So James Davis comes to the plate. He popped out to Windeshausen at first, his first time up.
Yeah, you feel
That pitch is low for a ball. Runners on the corners. And the pitch. Check, swing, ball. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 down, 2 on. And the pitch. That's high for ball 3. And the 3-0 pitch. That's a strike call. That was Milner's get me over pitch. And the pitch. That's low for ball 4. Just loaded the bases. And Ryan Bemnister goes out to have a chat on the mound. We can't see either bullpen from where we're located because they're on the wrong side of the dugout. So I can't tell if anybody's working in the Cavs bullpen or not. Ryan did make the comment today in the Ryan Bemnister show that lots of times when Milner's on the mound, he goes out there, he's just going out there to crack a joke. Because sometimes Milner needs to just lighten up on himself a little bit. Two down, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one by Blake Logering, who struck out his last time up. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Stroke must have been funny.
We got Luke Rooney over on third. Andy Neese on second. James Davis on first. No balls, two strikes, two down. High fly ball out towards right field. Palmer back, and he makes the catch. So for the Rivermen, they actually threatened this inning, but no runs on no hits. There was one Cavalier error, and the bases were left full. Cavaliers lead 9-0 after 4 innings on NLWN-TV.
C&K Construction is your source for high-quality concrete and construction work in the Chippewa Valley. Established in 2014, C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls is a leading concrete contractor proud to serve Eau Claire, Altoona, Menominee, and surrounding areas. Specializing in concrete construction, excavating, flatwork poured walls, and much more, they're right for all of your concrete needs. Call C&K Construction in Chippewa Falls at 715-559-1335.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
Let NLWN-TV take you out to the ballgame. Our next game will be on Sunday, June 16th as the Cavaliers take on the new Richmond Millers on Roadside Ice Cream and Diner along with Good News Jail Ministry Day from Carson Park. Coverage begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:30 p.m. followed by live play-by-play action. That's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV on Sunday, June 16th.
So we're back here at Fairfax Park. Cavaliers leading 9-0 as we head into the 5th inning. Who up for the Cavaliers? Brayton Tillman. And then back to the top of the order, Kate Erickson. And Xavier Bemnister. Fly ball out into right field, moving over and making the catch out there is Mueller. That's the Rivermen's Mueller making the catch. Hit it deep, right down the right field line. It was in fair territory, but Mueller got over and made the catch. And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Rivermen. Curtis Nesker was playing first. First base and pitcher just switched spots. Here's the pitch. That's outside. A ball and a strike. Kate Erickson. There's a fly ball out to left field and taken in by Johnson.
That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister is 0 for 2 and a walk. And there was a called strike. And that's down low. There's a fly ball. That's out to left field. Moving back is Johnson, and he gets it. So for the Cavaliers, they go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 4.5, and it's the Cavaliers 9, Rivermen 0 on NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, leading off is Sawyer Stirs for the Rivermen. Milner delivers his first pitch. It's outside for a ball. The book is complete on James Davis, who went 4 innings, gave up 9 runs, 7 of which were earned. That's a called strike at the knees. On 7 hits, did not strike anybody out, walked 3. Spurs grounded to second his first time up. He falls that one back. A ball and 2 strikes. And there's a pop-up out into shallow right field. Moving over is Cody Dayton. He makes the catch. That'll bring up Joe Myrold. He walked. Then they had a courtesy runner come in for him who got caught stealing. So Curtis Nesker on the mound when the Rivermen go back out there. Andrew Milner is still on the mound for the Cavs. And the pitch. There's a high pop foul out of play. And the pitch. That's down in the dirt. Milner winds and fires. There's a hard shot, ground foul on the first base side.
That wouldn't be too good either, would it? I don't know. Maybe.
And the pitch. That's strike called, I think. No, he said it was inside. And the pitch. There's a fly ball out into center field. Remnister makes the catch. It's going to bring up Jonah Mueller. Struck out looking his first time up.
Right, Jonah.
And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike one.
I like it.
And the pitch. That one missed low. A ball and a strike. And the pitch. That's outside for ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jonah Mueller. And the pitch. That was inside. 3-1 is the count. Hitter's pitch now for Mueller.
Yeah.
And the pitch. Well, I don't know where that one missed. Well, must not have, because it's now a full count. I was going to say that was right down the middle of the plate. There's the pitch. That's low for ball 4. So Mueller draws a walk. That's the 5th walk given up today by Milner. So Brett Johnson comes to the plate. Johnson struck out his last time up. And he fouls that one away.
All right. How's that? You want to bring like 2 or 3 baseballs and that's what I agree to it. I don't know.
Milner looking in, and he delivers. There's a strike at the letters. And that one's low. Ball and 2 strikes. And there's a strike called. So for the Rivermen.
That's 3.
That is 3 outs. Okay. Yeah, for the Rivermen, there are no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. So we have played 5. Now the rains can come as the Cavaliers have a 9-0 lead over the Rivermen on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
The Phoenix are rising. NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to be your home for Chippewa Valley Phoenix Semi-Pro football. Our next game will be on June 22nd when the Phoenix will face the Wisconsin Ravens at Carson Park. Follow the Phoenix as they battle their way through the Northern Lights Football League on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-2. That's exciting Chippewa Valley Phoenix football on June 22nd.
So we're going to head into the top of the 6th inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, Cade Mueller, Sam Knickerbocker, and Cody Dayton. Cavaliers with a 9-0 lead over the Eau Claire Rivermen.
Got you.
And the first one is fouled away. Wade Mueller, 2 for 3 today. RBI single in the first, scored a run. Then he singled his last time up and scored a run. Sandwiched in between, he flew out to left. Nesker winds and fires. That's a high pop foul out of play. Just barely. A miss is as good as a mile in this situation. A ball and 2 strikes. Nesker winds and delivers. There's a curveball strike called. So Mueller goes down looking. And that's the first strikeout against the Cavaliers today. It's going to bring up Sam Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker is 1 for 2. He singled in the first inning and grounded to second. He also drew a walk. And that was a strike called.
What do you do if you found a foul ball?
Over there.
All in a strike. To Sam Knickerbocker. Nesker delivers. And that got Knickerbocker. There was a game earlier this year where he got hit a couple different times, and the eye roll that he gave was pretty impressive. And we're going to get a courtesy runner in there for Knickerbocker. And waiting to see who it's going to be. Ashton Kroll goes in to run for Knickerbocker. Cody Dayton comes to the plate. Line shot off the third baseman and safe at first. I think we're going to have to give it an error on the third baseman on that, though. But it moves it moves Kroll over to second. Peyton on first. Trenton Palmer coming to the plate. He's 2 for 3. He's been on base all 3 times. Single to left, single to right, and right in between those two, he got on an error. Pitch is outside and in the dirt. Here's the pitch. Fly ball and shallow center field. Moving back and making the catch is Rooney from his shortstop position. So 2 down. It's going to bring up Carson Windeshausen. He's 1 for 2. Doubled with an RBI. He also grounded to second with an RBI. Here's the pitch. That's down in the dirt for a ball. He was also hit by a pitch his first time up. And the pitch. High pop foul out of play.
I need 3.
Esker looking in. Now he takes a peek over at first, a peek at second. And he delivers. Windeshausen swings and misses. And the pitch. That was outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Lettner moving back, and he makes the catch. So the Cavaliers get no runs on no hits. There was 1 error, and 2 were left on base. So we have played 5.5, and it's the Cavaliers 9, Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hi. I'm your retirement fear. But don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. Here, this is pretirement.org.
Retirement savings options? Potential tax breaks?
Ooh.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
You got this.
Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan.
So leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Rivermen is Luke Rooney. And that pitch just missed low. Couple of defensive substitutions for the Cavaliers. Tyson Woodcock is now out in right field, and Jerome Delikowski's at first. There's a strike called at the belt. Milner delivers. High pop-up. Shallow right field. Moving over is Cody Dayton, and he called off Woodcock and took the catch. That'll bring up Lance Lettner. Lettner walked and grounded into a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch. Curveball missed outside. And the pitch. Again, he missed outside. And the pitch. That one missed inside. Three-zero pitch. That misses outside, and Lettner draws the walk. Lettner has done his job as a leadoff hitter. He's on twice today, and part of it is he's probably the smallest member of the Rivermen, so he has a postage stamped sized strike zone. That gets him on base a lot. Brett Johnson up to the plate. He popped out his first time up, then hit a line shot to third, which Mueller was able to double off a runner at second. And the pitch. There's another strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Milner delivers. That one's down low. Ball and 2 strikes to Brett Johnson. And the pitch. There's a strike called. No, it's 2-2. Must have been inside. I tell you what, Rick Prince needs to work on the difference between his balls and strike calls. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and miss. Must have got a piece of it. Right. And right into Knickerbocker.
That's right. I only see where you.
And Ryan Bemnister's coming out, and they're having a little bit of a laugh about it because it's a place that it's no joking matter, but everybody makes fun of it when the ball gets you there. So he's just got to gather himself a little bit, which he has done, and stepping back into the batter's box is Brett Jensen. Runner goes, and the strike called. Runner safe at second. But Jensen goes down looking. And Andy Neese comes to the plate. Neese grounded into a double play and drew a walk. 2 down, runner at second. And the pitch. That's high and away for a ball. And the pitch. That's high and away, ball two. Milner checks second, now delivers. Ground ball foul down the first base line. 2 balls and a strike now to Andy Neese. Milner looking over at second. And delivers. Foul back. Two balls and 2 strikes. Milner looks at second. And the 2-2 pitch. Soft fly ball coming in and making the catch is Cody Dayton. So, no runs, no hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've completed 6, and it's the Cavaliers 9, Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think one of the things us veterans are hoping for is soon the cabin will be built.
It's going to be amazing to be able to come to a place like this and stay at a cabin with amazing people, animals, a view, and get away from it all.
Country Haven Farms is fundraising to complete our cabin, giving Wisconsin veterans and their families a much-needed escape in the Northwoods. Donations of any amount are encouraged, and sponsorships are available at all levels. To make a donation or sponsorship, please visit our website or give us a call.
So we head to the 7th. Cavaliers up on top, 9-0. Cavaliers have 9 runs, 7 hits. They've committed 2 errors. They have left 7 runners on base. And the Rivermen, no runs, no hits. They've committed 3 errors, and they've left 4 on base. Two up for the Cavaliers, Jackson Vance, then Brayton Tillman, and Cade Erickson.
Come on, man. Stand up, kid.
And the pitch. And that one rolls all the way back to the screen. It was down in the dirt. Now, Jackson Vance is 1 for 3 today. He singled his first time up. Got an RBI. That pitch is high for a ball. Then he grounded back to the pitcher and then flew out to center field. Curtis Nesker on the mound. This is his 3rd inning of work. There's a strike at the letters. Balls in a strike. And the 2-1 pitch. That's high, ball 3. Vance is facing a hitter's pitch here.
And the 3-1. Oh, curveball dropped in just in time. Count goes full. And the payoff pitch. He chops it foul down the third baseline. That was a nice job of protecting the plate. It's the way a hitter should do it. If it's anywhere near the strike zone, don't leave it in the umpire's hands. At least foul it off. There's a high pop-up. Out into right field, coming in and making the catch is Mueller. That's Jonah Mueller out there in right field for the Rivermen. Coming to the plate is Brayton Tillman. Tillman's 0 for 2. He also has a sac fly with an RBI. There's a strike called on the outside corner. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's high for a ball. A ball and a strike. Line shot. That one's going out into center field for a base hit. Brayton Tillman is on. That's going to bring up Caden Erickson. Erickson is 0 for 3. He got hit by a pitch and scored a run. Then grounded into a fielder's choice. And grounded out to third and flew out to left. There's a fly ball out into left field and can't make the catch. Was Rooney just over his outstretched hand, and Caden Erickson is on with a base hit. And it moves Tillman over to second. Here's the pitch. High chopper over to short. Throw over to first. In time. So it was Rooney over to Davis. And that's going to bring up Cade Mueller with 2 down. Runners at second and third now. Tillman at third. Erickson at second. Mueller at the plate. He's 2 for 4. And that pitch is in the dirt. And the rain is starting again. And the pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Erickson's going to hold up. As in to score is Brayton Tillman. And that puts the Cavaliers up on top 10-0.
We cleared down at 9, headed up boost.
Oh, he bunted. They get another run. Yay. What?
13 minutes.
A ball.
Meaning. So just under play on the first.
Yeah. He bopped to get another run. Seems like that.
So Nesker got called for a balk. So in to score is Caden Erickson.
Knickerbocker's on second. And there's a line shot out into right field for a base hit by Knickerbocker. Mueller was on second because Mueller just came in to score. Knickerbocker is on first. And we're going to have Andy Neese going out. I think we've got a pitching change going on. So while we have that happen, we'll take this time out on NLWN-TV.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
And we're back here at Fairfax Park. By the way, the score in the Phoenix football game, the Midwest Warriors are on top of the Phoenix by a score of 6-0. They're still fairly early in the first quarter. There's a line shot out into right field. And safe at first is Cody Dayton. I'll check that. That was Cooper Dykes batting for Dayton. And the check swing for Woodcock. Runners at first and second. Woodcock pops it straight up in the air, moving over as Jensen makes the catch for the third out. So, for the Cavaliers, they picked up 3 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 6.5, and it's the Cavaliers 12, Rivermen nothing on NLWN-TV.
In November of 2018, our daughter Jana passed away. The outpouring of support was unbelievable. Support that we received inspired us to start a foundation called the Jana Kelly Memorial Foundation. And through that foundation,
we've given back in a lot of different ways, through projects, through different other charities that we've supported. We like to help Humane Association, and the Ronald McDonald House is something that's very near and dear to us. We've also recently, this last year, we actually built a tiny house. It's really exciting to be able to give back in different ways.
To learn more or to help financially, find us on Facebook or www.janakelly.com.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
All right, we're going into the bottom of the 7th inning. The 10-run rule will be in effect as the Cavaliers have a 12-0 lead over the Eau Claire Rivermen. James Davis coming to the plate. He'll be followed by Blake Logering and Sawyer Sturrs. Pretty important 7th inning right here for the Cavs. And shot out to right field. Moving over, making the catch is Tyson Woodcock. That's going to bring up Blake Logering. He's hitless on the day. Milner at the belt, and he delivers. There's a ground ball over to second, scooped up, tossed to first in time. And we do have a pinch hitter coming up. And Jake Lawrence is going to be hitting for Sawyer Sturrs. 2 down. Line score right now for the Rivermen, no runs, no hits. That pitch missed low. Andrew Milner trying to do the very difficult thing to do. That pitch is low and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Milner delivers. There's ball 3. Joe Myrold is on deck. And the pitch. There's a strike called. Milner's get me over pitch. 3-1 is the count. And the pitch. And that's outside for ball 4. So Jake Lawrence is on first. And Joe Myrold is at the plate. Myrold, he walked and flew out to center field. It's just missed inside. Milner looking in. Foul back into the screen. Milner glances at first, and now he delivers. Another foul back into the screen. Rivermen are down to their last strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Milner looking in. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball over to second. Throw to first. And a no-hitter for Andrew Milner. So for the Rivermen, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. That's the final score. Cavaliers 12 and the Rivermen nothing, but even more importantly, it's a no-no for Milner. An outstanding pitching performance. That's the first no-hitter this broadcaster's had the chance to call. Almost had one last night going the other way, but this one stuck it through to the end. And we'll be back to talk about more of this right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My. Oh.
NLWN-TV. You've been watching Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV. This copyrighted presentation has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with the Eau Claire Cavaliers and is intended for the enjoyment of the viewing and listening audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction in any form without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and the Eau Claire Cavaliers is prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
We can't say much more about it than Andrew Milner. That's just about says it all. A no-hitter today. Granted, it was a 7-inning no-hitter due to the 10-run rule, as the Cavaliers come away 12-0 victors over the Eau Claire Rivermen, and there's a happy bunch of Cavaliers down the third base line as they're packing up and getting ready to go. And we're going to have Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister come over and talk with us, and he's here right now. And Ryan, a no-no.
Is that what it was?
Hey, we almost had one last night, and I guess Milner just showed him how to do it.
Yeah, you got to finish it out, man. Don't give up 3 runs in the 6th. No, good job by him today on the mound. He was, kind of nibbling a little bit more than I was hoping. He got a little bit, I think, just a touch over 100 pitches. But, yeah, we had a plan, and we executed it, and it was great.
And the bats came alive. Bats were pretty hot today. 12 runs on the board. That says good things.
Yeah, it's good. And we'll go back to work tomorrow against New Richmond and try to get a couple of guys that are slumping a little bit, a couple hits and get going. So, yeah, it should be a good Father's Day game.
And that's kind of exciting. And this has been an interesting week of baseball. A couple of really good pitching performances, once for the good guys and once for the other guys.
Yeah.
And so who knows what's going to happen on Father's Day?
No, I don't know. We got Rafke on the mound, so we'll see. But, I mean, again, it was just a heck of a job by Milner on the mound. And, we had a plan in place. And, Cooper was our next in line, but he never got a chance to get out there. So we gave him a chance to hit. And drives in a run or whatever did. And I'm like, all right, I guess all the buttons I'm pushing today work. So,
other than a little bit of sprinkles here and there, not enough rain to count for anything.
No, nothing at all. It was actually kind of nice. It was a beautiful day out here for baseball.
Well, I'm one of those that thinks any day is a beautiful day for baseball, but well, congratulations on a 12-0 win, a no-hitter on top of that. That's a pretty impressive outing for a Saturday afternoon.
Yep, I'll take it.
All right. We'll be back with a final wrap-up right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
And we're back here at Fairfax Park where the Cavaliers just came out on top of the Eau Claire Rivermen by a score of 12-0. Cavaliers moved their record to 9-7 overall, 6-4 in the Chippewa River Baseball League. And the Rivermen go to 6-8 overall. They are now 3-5 in the CRBL. Cavaliers had 12 runs on 12 hits. They committed 2 errors and they left 9 on base. The Rivermen, well, this is pretty easy. No runs on no hits. They committed 3 errors. They left 5 on base. Andrew Milner is obviously the winning pitcher, throwing a no-hitter. That'll move his record to 4-1, and it's going to do wonders for his earned run average. And the losing pitcher would be James Davis, who was the starter. Cavaliers had a heck of a game today, and it doesn't end with today's game. Make sure you join us tomorrow on NLWN-TV as we bring you the Cavaliers taking on New Richmond Millers from Carson Park here in Eau Claire. Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by live play-by-play action. First pitch is scheduled for 1 p.m. And join us next Saturday on NLWN-2. Actually, right now on NLWN-2, the Midwest Warriors are taking on the Chippewa Valley Phoenix. Once we're done here, switch over to that, and Dan Petchow is there along with Jay Fall to bring you all the exciting action of that one. But we're going to bring you more Chippewa Valley Phoenix football next week as the Phoenix will host the Wisconsin Ravens from Carson Park. Coverage begins with Phoenix rising at 1:30, and kickoff is scheduled for 2. That's Chippewa Valley Phoenix football next Saturday on NLWN-2. Don't forget that coming up later this year, Northern Light Webcasting Network will broadcast our 500th event. Be sure to stay tuned for special announcements and special awards for our loyal viewers. That's all coming up later in this broadcast season on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. The Eau Claire Cavaliers do want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to Eau Claire Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veteran's identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. Just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Menominee Eye and Optical, with quality personalized care for you and your family. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. And C&K Construction, concrete experts for the Chippewa Valley. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on NLWN-TV. So, for Amanda Lemler on the computer and Ann Monroe on the camera, this is Rick Olson. That final score, once again, Cavaliers 12, Eau Claire Rivermen nothing, on the wings of a no-hitter by Andrew Milner. We will see you tomorrow for a Father's Day game against the New Richmond Millers on NLWN-TV.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.